Mechanics see it every week. Someone walks in for a quick fix and walks out owing thousands. We have ranked 10 engines that marine techs privately call the worst money pits afloat. They range from cheap two-stroke outboards that hide repeated rebuild costs to a four-stroke so flawed the manufacturer stopped making the replacement part. Number 1 will surprise you. We start at number 10 with a budget outboard that hooks first-time buyers for all the wrong reasons. In 10th place, the Yamaha 100 two-stroke outboard lures budget-minded buyers with its low sticker price, but the real costs start stacking up after the first season. Reed valve pedals inside this engine flex thousands of times per hour, and when they start to crack, the engine sputters, loses power, and can leave you drifting miles from shore. Mechanics see reed valve replacements so often that some shops keep $95 kits on hand year-round. But it rarely stops there. Crankcase oil seal leaks are just as common, and when they hit, oil seeps into places it should not, leading to messy repairs and even fire risk. A simple reed valve fix runs about $325, but a full rebuild after a seal failure can climb to $2,500. Shop data points to a 5% annual failure rate, and one owner in 2014 was stranded 10 miles offshore after a sudden reed valve blowout. Despite the headaches, sellers keep pitching this engine as the perfect starter for small boats. It is easy to see why parts are cheap and the engine is light. But when those affordable repairs start piling up, the Yamaha 100 quickly proves that there is no such thing as a free ride on the water. And this is only the beginning. The repair bills get much bigger as the countdown continues. Number 9. The Tohatsu 150 might look like a straightforward mid-range outboard, but there is a hidden flaw that keeps mechanics shaking their heads. Carbon buildup inside the exhaust manifold causes trouble. Over time, even with decent maintenance, carbon deposits start to crack the manifold itself, turning a $180 part into a $525 repair once you factor in 3 hours of shop labor. That would be manageable if it were a one-time fix. But these cracks tend to reappear, especially for owners running low-grade fuel or skipping regular carbon flush treatments. Mechanics report that repeated manifold replacements can push total costs to more than $1,500 during a typical ownership cycle. The wait for a new manifold stretches 6 to 8 weeks at many dealers, stranding boats for most of a season. Tohatsu's own 2019 service bulletin quietly recommends a carbon breaker flush every 250 hours, but few owners ever hear about it. For a supposedly affordable engine, the Tohatsu 150 can turn into a slow-drip money pit, reminding everyone that even mid-horsepower models can bleed your wallet dry if you ignore the warning signs. The Johnson 200 stern drive tempts buyers with a low sticker price, but its cooling system hides a costly flaw. An undersized water pump impeller cannot keep up under heavy loads, causing the gear case to overheat. Bearings seize, metal grinds, and repair bills quickly climb past $1,000 for a gear case rebuild. The trouble often spreads. Overheating leads to water intrusion in the electronic control module, risking another $700 to $900 for module replacement. Johnson's SB 302 service bulletin warned owners to inspect the impeller every 250 hours, but many ignore it, assuming stern drives are bulletproof. Original equipment manufacturer gear case housings were discontinued in 2020, so mechanics now scramble for aftermarket fixes, often with imperfect results. In 2019, a Gulf Coast owner faced a $6,200 tow after his Johnson seized mid-trip. Number 7. The Suzuki DF200 lures in weekend anglers with its quiet run and smooth throttle, but a tiny leak inside the fuel pressure regulator can set off a chain reaction that is anything but quiet for your wallet. Mechanics flag this model for a failure that starts small, a $140 part, 2 hours of labor, and a simple seal kit. But if the leak goes unnoticed, fuel can seep into the electronic control unit, ECU, frying the ECU and turning a $370 fix into a $1,200 nightmare. The escalation is not rare. Suzuki's own 2018 recall number 16V154, offered free seal kits for affected units, yet dealer logs still show repeated returns for the same problem. One Lake Erie owner found out the hard way when his DF200 stalled during a night run. Both the regulator and the ECU needed replacement, pushing the repair bill to $1,800. Ethanol-blended fuel only makes things worse. accelerating seal wear and clogging the regulator. Mechanics recommend installing an anti-vibration clamp and draining fuel before storage, but many buyers never hear the warning until it is too late. The Suzuki DF200 sits here not for how often it fails, but for how quickly a minor leak can snowball into a full-blown electronics disaster, one that is just a taste of the costlier breakdowns higher up this list. Number 6. The Mercury 150 4-stroke keeps showing up in repair shops for one frustrating reason: fuel pump diaphragm ruptures that just won't quit. Each time the diaphragm fails, fuel leaks out. The engine stalls, sometimes right at the dock, sometimes mid-trip. The fix doesn't seem outrageous on paper: a $95 parts kit, about 2 hours of labor, and you're out $325. But here is where it gets ugly. These failures repeat. Marine tech audits show a 4% annual failure rate, and some unlucky owners rack up over $1,000 a year just replacing the same part. Mercury tried to get ahead of the problem with a 2018 recall number 14V128, but only about half of the affected engines ever got the fix. That leaves thousands of boats still running with the original weak diaphragm. Mechanics have seen more than one boat drift into other vessels after an unexpected stall, and the pattern is so common that some shops call it the diaphragm drama. Swapping in a stainless steel filter can help, but most buyers never hear about it until they're already on their second or third repair. With low per-incident costs that add up fast, the Mercury 150 4-stroke teaches a harsh lesson. Even small ticket failures can turn a popular engine into a relentless money pit. Number 5. The Honda BF250 shakes the faith of anyone who thinks a premium badge guarantees bulletproof reliability. Deep inside this engine, the hydraulic camshaft actuator relies on a perfect layer of oil to keep valve timing precise. But when oil quality slips or the wrong viscosity is used, that delicate film breaks down. Suddenly, the actuator seals start leaking, valve timing goes haywire, and the engine can lose power without warning, even on boats barely out of warranty. Mechanics call this the actuator grenade, and for good reason. A single failure means a $220 parts bill and 4 hours of labor, pushing the repair to $680 or more. Honda's own service center data shows 2.8% of BF250s report actuator issues each year, a number that surprises owners who paid extra for the brand's smooth reputation. A 2019 service bulletin even flagged the oil pump pressure sensor for early replacement. Some mechanics try to head off disaster by insisting on synthetic oil and a PTFE additive every 100 hours, but most buyers never hear that advice until after the first breakdown. For those who believe a big-name engine is a safe bet, the BF250 proves that even the most polished brands can hide expensive secrets, especially when repair complexity and parts costs start stacking up. Number 4. The Evinrude E-Tech 250 turns a routine fuel leak into a full-blown fire hazard. Mechanics have watched the high-pressure fuel pump gasket on these engines fail with little warning, spraying fuel onto the hot exhaust manifold. Just a single gasket blowout can ignite a fire that spreads from the outboard straight down to the dock. That is not just a repair, it is a nightmare. The 2018 recall number 18V247 flagged this exact danger, but thousands of engines are still out there with the original EPDM gasket. One documented case saw a boat owner facing a $6,000 bill after a dock fire, fuel pump replacement, lower unit overhaul, and fire remediation all rolled together. The fix itself is deceptively simple: $160 for an upgraded gasket kit and $288 in labor if you catch it early. But most owners do not, and insurance claims for E-Tech 250 fires have spiked in recent years. Some mechanics now refuse to service these engines unless the gasket has been swapped for a silicone-reinforced aftermarket version. With a failure rate under 2%, it is not the most common problem on the water, but when it hits, the stakes are life and limb, not just your wallet. And with the danger factor this high, the countdown is about to shift from expensive repairs to the kind of luxury engine failures that redefine what a money pit really means. Coming to the top 3, the Volvo Penta D6 is a luxury diesel that can leave even seasoned owners stunned by a single repair bill. The main culprit is the electronic throttle control module, known as the ETC module, an unassuming black box that is notorious for failing after repeated heat cycles. When it overheats, the engine drops into limp mode or loses thrust entirely, often at the worst possible moment. Mechanics have seen $880 invoices for a basic ETC module swap, $420 for the part, plus 4 hours of labor. But that is just the starting point. If the module cooks itself on a long cruise, the tow alone can run over $2,000, especially for larger yachts. Volvo issued a recall, SB 812, to replace the thermal compound on these modules, but 15% of affected boats never got the fix. One owner spent 12 hours adrift before a dealer could source a replacement. Even with an 85% recall completion rate, the D6's ETC remains a ticking time bomb, quietly turning high-end boating into a high-stakes gamble. Number 2. The Yamaha 212X has earned its reputation as a mechanic's worst-case scenario, where a single failure rarely travels alone. The trouble starts with Yamaha's proprietary Connext wiring loom, which is notorious for hidden corrosion. Salt water finds its way in, and suddenly the throttle goes haywire, check engine lights flash, and the engine drops into limp mode at the worst possible time. A new loom kit alone runs $180, but that is just the entry fee. Poppet valve blockages in the cooling system are common, forcing owners into a repair cycle costing between $560 and $790 just to keep running. But when the loom, the poppet valve, and the lower unit bearings all start failing together, a scenario mechanics see far too often, the repair bill can rocket past $2,500. NHTSA recall number 20 V212 covered only 0.68% of units, but shop surveys show a 4% annual failure rate. One Gulf Coast owner was left stranded and staring at a $12,800 invoice after a catastrophic multi-system breakdown. The Yamaha 212X is a classic case of compounding failures, electronics, cooling, and mechanical wear all stacking up, turning a premium wake sport dream into a recurring financial nightmare. And the worst money pit is still ahead. The next engine takes catastrophic failure to a whole new level. And finally, in first place, the Mercury 250 4-stroke delivers the ultimate shock to owners and mechanics alike. Deep inside this V8, the aluminum powerhead is known for developing hairline cracks, often with no warning at all. One moment you are cruising, the next, coolant is leaking, the engine overheats, and the only fix is a full powerhead replacement. That is a $1,900 to $2,300 bill, if you can even find the part. Mercury discontinued the original powerhead in 2018, so owners are left hunting for remanufactured units or trying risky weld patches that rarely last. Coastal shop audits report a 3.5% annual failure rate, and Service Bulletin SB202 urges torque, checks that most buyers never hear about. When this crack hits, the engine can seize in minutes, stranding boats far from shore. There is no small repair, just a catastrophic bill and weeks of downtime. For sheer cost, sudden failure, and the nightmare of discontinued parts, the Mercury 250 4-stroke stands alone as the worst money pit in the marine world. Across all 10 engines, one pattern is crystal clear. Popularity does not equal reliability. The real threat is not a rare disaster. It is trusting a nameplate over hard evidence. In boating, what you do not know can sink more than your wallet. Which engine shocked you most? Drop your thoughts below.